Take 6. Talk back. You've all been there. A theater produces a new play, and in one or two of the performances, the audience is invited to stay after the show for a talk back with the playwright. Here's a typical one.
Thank you all for coming to see the show today and for staying for the talk back with our director and playwright, who happen to be the same person. So without further ado, here he is, Bill Hanrahan.
Thanks. Thanks a lot. Nice to meet you. Thank you. What can I help you with? Anything you want to know? Any questions about anything? Hands? Nobody? Oh, yes, there, right there.
Well, thank you for writing that play.
You're welcome.
It gave us something to do today.
Well, that's what I'm here for. That it? Anything else?
It's nice to have something to do.
Sure is. Anything else from anybody? Oh, yes, you, yes.
Frank Diebel, actor.
Yes, Frank, hi, thanks for coming.
Yeah, just did Alban, the Lakasha Fall. You know, with the players up in low. You know them, right?
Lakosh on Full, great show.
Yeah, we're thinking awards.
That's nice.
Yeah, played Alban.
Oh, yes, you said.
Didn't do it gay though.
Ah, I see. What?
I didn't play him gay. I made a choice, you know, an actor's choice. Hey, actor. I made him straight.
You did. You did. And how did that work out for the story?
What do you mean?
Never mind, you have a question?
Okay, so in your play there, the psychiatrist.
Yes, Dr. Lorton, uh-huh.
You think you really need him?
Need him?
In the play.
He's the leading character.
I don't know. Seemed extraneous.
Well, Lorton's pretty much the protagonist. And his attempted suicide sets the whole play into motion. And when the...
Hey, you know what?
What?
The suicide.
Yeah?
Forget the attempted. Go with it.
Well, if I go with it, then who's the play about?
I don't know. You're the playwright.
Yes?
You know what really impressed me about this show?
Tell me.
I mean, really, it almost sort of blew me away. It was so amazing.
What? I can't wait, gee.
The facial expressions.
Oh.
I mean, the way they make their faces do those expressions.
Yeah, the actors are good at that.
The nose scrunching, the way they make their eyes bulge out like that.
Yeah, the facial expressions, yes.
How do they do it? How do they make those expressions with their
Faces?
Yes. Blew me away.
Well, the actors, they read the play and they work with the director to find the truth behind the story and the character of the words. And while all that comes together in their minds, you know, their bodies and faces react pretty much the same way anybody's bodies and faces would react to the truth. They express this reaction in their minds, and their faces, you know, pretty much follow right along.
Really?
Really.
You mean they don't just make those faces up while they're out there?
Well, yes and no, but it's important for you to understand there's a cognitive process that makes it all happen.
The facial expressions.
Yes. I will.
Best thing in the play.
You bet. Next.
I have a question about the curtain speech.
The curtain speech.
Yeah, the speech, what's his name made before the show? I mean, went on for 20 minutes.
The curtain speech, yes.
Yeah, as I called it, Act 1. Too long.
Well, I'm with you on that.
Well, you know what really annoyed me was that screed about the candy wrappers.
Scream?
Yes, screed. Look at it. As an audience member, I was absolutely insulted that I was being admonished as if I were forced to not open a piece of candy during the show. I mean, since when was that his idea?
Well, that's interesting because there's a pretty good reason behind it.
Good reason? It's a piece of candy.
It's not the candy that's the problem, it's the wrapper.
The wrapper?
Yes. The actors, you know, they work very, very hard to stay in character in the play.
Well, I'm not arguing with that. I mean, those facial expressions.
Yes, yes.
My God.
Well, in order for their faces to express, the actors need to concentrate. And when they hear a candy wrapper being opened in the audience, it affects their concentration.
Don't you think I know that?
Do you?
Of course I do. That's why when I opened my piece of candy, I opened it slowly.
Oh,
Very, very, very slow. So I don't jar the apple.
no. See, it's the slowly that does the jarring.
Oh, please.
No, really. The more slowly you open the wrapper, the more disturbing it is for the actor. Stop opening the candy!
Well, that is just stupid.
Maybe, but true.
I give up.
Oh, yes, the very pretty girl in the red blouse.
Hey, what am I, Chuck Liver?
Yes?
Hi. Sorry, I'm a little nervous.
Relax, we're all friends here.
Yeah, relax, Red Blouse. Have a piece of candy.
Ma'am! Go ahead.
How long did it take you to write that play?
Oh, now that's an interesting question. I started writing that play about 6 years ago.
That play?
Yes.
Really?
Really?
Wow. Unbelievable.
Well, you know, writing a play is a very long and exhausting process.
Yeah, but that play?
Next!
6 years?
Next!
Wow.
Yes, lady there, you.
You're a Catholic.
I was raised Catholic, yes.
So you're last.
Well, I suppose
You
I
write like you're last.
do.
Do you have any idea how many times you said the Lord's name in vain in that play of yours?
No, I don't. Let's see.
61.
Really? Jeez.
I mean, that's 62.
How could you possibly know that?
13 gods, 23 Jesuses, 9 Christ, 12 goddams, and 4 Jesus Christ. Church count is separate from the Jesuses and the Christ.
And this bothers you.
Deeply.
What about the fucks? I have at least 5 fucks in that show.
I don't give a shit about the fox.
Hey, yeah, guy, there, you.
Your play reminded me a great deal of a play that I Boston. When it came through Boston in triumph in 1947.
Really?
Yeah. And that play was called Death of a Salesman.
My God.
63.
Thank you. Thank you so much. My play reminds you of Death of a Salesman?
What play's that?
My play, the one you saw here today.
What about it?
You said it reminds you of Death of a Salesman.
Oh, no! It reminded me of Death of a Salesman. I don't know why. I think maybe it was the pants with the suspenders that the old fella wore in the second act.
Oh.
Death of a Salesman was good.
You know, you people, you come to a show, a preview, and you don't even bother to.
Hey, thank you all for Bill here today.
Thoughts? You're telling me anything this bowling league had to say involved thinking?
Hey, I'm in a bowling league.
Thank you.
Hey, I want to take unreasonable questions from you before I go home. Let's go! Hey, lights now! All right. Look, I'm giving you all one last chance. I want one of you to ask me a cogent, pertinent, intelligent question before I go home here today. I don't care if you loved it, you hated it, or if you don't give one shit one way or the other. Just ask me something that will leave me with the notion that there is one sane individual in the audience here today who has read a book. One question, one good question, just one. Just please ask. Oh, yes, please, do not let me down.
Why do you do it?
Why do I do what?
Why do you write plays? There's no money in it. You write something funny and real and honest, and the audience loves it. But then the newspapers send critics who have never written a play or set a foot on the stage in their life. And 9 times out of 10, they crap all over you so the audience stops coming. Then the theater makes you sit on the edge of the stage after a preview and answer questions that's a form of torture that even Quentin Tarantino couldn't come up with. It takes you a minimum of a year from the time you start writing until you finish your first draft, and then you send it off to a theater where it's read by a 19-year-old intern whose artistic frame of reference is Dancing with the Stars. Why do you write plays?
Lights.